The Sun, a powerful figure from the Star Wars universe and one of the three Mortis deities representing aspects of the Force, wields red Force lightning as an embodiment of the dark side's raw, unrestrained power. His ability to use this distinctively colored lightning stems from his intrinsic connection to the dark side, his unique status as a manifestation of imbalance, and the particular narrative and symbolic weight that red lightning holds within the mythology of Star Wars. Exploring the Sun's relationship with the Force and the thematic significance of his abilities provides insight into why he channels this force of destruction in such a unique and potent way. The Sun is not merely a user of the dark side, but its living avatar, embodying its energy, desires, and chaos. On Mortis, where the Force is concentrated in its purest form, his role is central to the balance and imbalance of the universe. The Sun's red Force lightning reflects the depths of his connection to the dark side. Unlike other practitioners who channel blue Force lightning, such as Darth Sidious, the Sun's manifestation is far more primal and symbolic. The crimson hue signifies his absolute corruption and mastery over this aspect of the Force, differentiating him from Sith Lords who are only mortal students or practitioners. Color symbolism has always played a vital role in Star Wars, particularly in depicting moral and metaphysical struggles. Red is synonymous with the dark side, anger, hatred, and destruction. It's the color of Sith lightsabers, the Sith's defining weapon, forged through synthetic kyber crystals imbued with the wielder's rage and pain. Similarly, the red Force lightning wielded by the Sun is an extension of this symbolism, representing an advanced, purer form of dark side energy. This red lightning could indicate his unparalleled connection to Mortis's dark side nexus, enabling him to tap into a more destructive and chaotic power than even the Sith could fathom. The unique environment of Mortis amplifies the Sun's abilities, allowing him to transcend the limitations faced by ordinary Force users. Mortis is not just a place but a manifestation of the Force itself, where its light and dark aspects exist in their purest forms. The Sun's access to Mortis's unfiltered dark side energy grants him powers far beyond the scope of Sith Lords and Jedi Masters alike. This connection allows the Sun to manifest Force abilities that are not bound by the rules governing Force usage in the galaxy. His red Force lightning, therefore, could be seen as a visual and functional expression of this unrestricted power. Unlike mortal beings, whose mastery of the Force is limited by their physical and spiritual constraints, the Sun exists as a metaphysical entity. He is a being whose existence is intrinsically tied to the Force. Sith Lords such as Sidious or Dooku must hone their abilities through study, training, and application of willpower to bend the Force to their desires. In contrast, the Sun is the Force in its dark and violent aspect. This distinction is crucial in understanding the nature of his power. The red Force lightning is not a skill he learned but a natural outpouring of his essence as the dark side's avatar. The Sun's red Force lightning is also a visual cue for the audience, underscoring his role as an antagonist beyond the scope of traditional Sith villains. Sith lightning, typically blue, is a well-established hallmark of Sith mastery. For the Sun, however, blue lightning would not suffice in symbolizing the scope of his power. The crimson hue elevates his Force lightning into something far more menacing and primal. It signifies the raw, elemental fury of the dark side in its most unbridled form. This serves to distinguish him not only from the Sith but also from other Force users within the Star Wars universe. From a thematic perspective, the Sun's use of red Force lightning reflects his role in the broader narrative of Star Wars. The struggle between light and dark is central to the series' mythology, and the Sun's embodiment of the dark side casts him as a living representation of imbalance. His abilities, including red Force lightning, highlight the destructive potential of the dark side when left unchecked. This aligns with the recurring themes of the Star Wars saga, where unchecked power leads to ruin and chaos. The Sun's actions on Mortis, including his attempts to corrupt Anakin Skywalker, are a direct manifestation of this principle. Red Force lightning also serves to heighten the stakes of the Mortis arc, a storyline that delves deeply into the nature of the Force. By displaying powers far beyond anything seen in the rest of the series, the Sun reinforces Mortis as a unique and otherworldly setting where the Force's true nature is revealed. The vivid red lightning becomes a symbol of this otherworldly power, setting the events of Mortis apart from the rest of the Star Wars universe and underscoring the significance of the Son's conflict with his family and the Jedi. The intensity of red force lightning reflects the Son's emotional state and inner turmoil. While he is a manifestation of the dark side, he is also a character driven by personal desires and conflicts. His anger at his father, his rivalry with his sister, and his efforts to subvert the Chosen One all point to a complex being whose powers are tied to his emotions. Force lightning, in all its forms, is a manifestation of the user's hatred and rage. The Son's use of red lightning, therefore, not only showcases his power but also his deep, seething fury, a wrath so profound it takes on a visible form unlike any other. Additionally, the use of red force lightning emphasizes the Son's role as a counterpoint to the daughter, who represents the light side. While the daughter embodies peace, harmony, and healing, the Son's powers are destructive and chaotic. This duality is a central theme in the Mortis arc, and the red lightning serves as a visual contrast to the daughter's luminous, serene abilities. Together, their powers illustrate the eternal struggle between the light and dark sides of the Force, with the father acting as the mediator striving for balance. Red force lightning also has practical implications within the Star Wars universe. Its unique properties may extend beyond its visual impact, potentially making it more destructive and difficult to counter than traditional blue lightning. The color could signify a higher intensity or a different frequency of energy, reflecting the Son's unparalleled mastery of the dark side. This aligns with the idea that the Son's connection to Mortis and the dark side allows him to wield powers that are fundamentally different from those of Sith Lords operating in the wider galaxy. The Son's use of red force lightning ultimately underscores his status as a character who operates on a plane far beyond the ordinary. By wielding this uniquely destructive power, he asserts his dominance as a force of chaos and corruption. The red lightning serves as a symbol of his identity as the dark side's living embodiment, a being who is not bound by the rules and limitations faced by mortal Force users. This distinction is key to understanding his role within the Star Wars mythology and his significance within the Mortis arc. The Son's use of red force lightning is also deeply tied to his purpose within the narrative of Mortis and his relationship with the Chosen One, Anakin Skywalker. Throughout the Star Wars saga, Anakin is portrayed as the individual destined to bring balance to the Force. His encounters with the son and daughter on Mortis are not just allegorical but also demonstrative of the deeper truths of the Force and Anakin's own internal struggle. The son's abilities, including his red force lightning, reflect the allure and danger of the dark side, offering a glimpse of the unimaginable power Anakin could wield if he fully succumbed to it. The son's attempt to corrupt Anakin is a pivotal moment, and the use of red lightning during these encounters serves as a stark reminder of the destructive path that the dark side offers. The son tempts Anakin with promises of power, control, and freedom from the limitations imposed by the Jedi Order. His red force lightning acts as both a weapon and a symbol of the chaos and violence inherent in the dark side. The crimson energy arcing from his fingertips represents not only his destructive capabilities, but also the potential devastation that awaits Anakin should he fall completely under the influence of the dark side. The visual spectacle of red force lightning also reinforces the son's menace during these critical scenes. It is a weapon that both intimidates and damages, reflecting his overwhelming strength. The bright red hue contrasts sharply against the more muted tones of Mortis's surreal landscape, drawing the audience's focus and emphasizing the son's centrality in the conflict. Its appearance heightens the tension of his confrontations with Anakin, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Ahsoka Tano, reminding the audience of the stakes involved in the battle for Anakin's soul and the balance of the Force. The red force lightning also reflects the broader metaphysical implications of Mortis. As a realm where the Force exists in its purest forms, Mortis is a place where light and dark are not just philosophical concepts but tangible realities. The red lightning, like the sun himself, is an expression of the dark side's primal nature. It is not merely a tool or ability but a manifestation of the dark side's essence. This aligns with the themes of Mortis, where the Force is depicted as a living energy with its own will, capable of shaping reality and influencing the fates of those who encounter it. In this context, the sun's red force lightning becomes a narrative tool to explore the consequences of imbalance. The father, who represents balance and moderation, struggles to contain the chaos wrought by his son. The red lightning's destructive power serves as a metaphor for the chaos unleashed when the dark side is allowed to dominate. It highlights the importance of balance, reinforcing the overarching message of the Star Wars saga, that neither the light nor the dark side can exist in isolation without disastrous consequences. Furthermore, the red force lightning underscores the sun's role as a unique antagonist. Unlike Sith Lords, who often have clear political or personal motivations, the sun is driven by an abstract desire to dominate and corrupt. His ambitions are not limited to galactic conquest or personal revenge, but extend to the very fabric of the Force itself. The red lightning, with its unnatural intensity and destructive capability, reflects this broader scope. It symbolizes his desire to unravel the balance maintained by his father and to plunge the universe into darkness. This broader ambition is tied to the son's relationship with his family, particularly the father. The father's role as the keeper of balance places him in direct opposition to the son's destructive tendencies. The conflict between them is not just a familial struggle but a cosmic one, with their powers representing opposing aspects of the Force. The red force lightning serves as a physical expression of the son's rebellion against his father and his rejection of the balance the father seeks to maintain. The unique characteristics of the red force lightning also highlight the consequences of unchecked emotion and power. In Star Wars, Force abilities are often influenced by the user's emotional state. Anger, fear, and hatred fuel the dark side, giving rise to its destructive abilities. The sun, as a being who embodies these emotions, wields his powers with unparalleled ferocity. The red lightning reflects this emotional intensity, serving as a reminder of the dangers of giving in to one's darker impulses. It is a visual representation of the chaos and destruction that result from succumbing to anger and hatred. The red force lightning is also a stark contrast to the daughter's abilities, which emphasize healing and preservation. While the daughter represents the constructive and nurturing aspects of the Force, the son embodies its destructive potential. Their abilities serve as mirrors of each other, reinforcing the duality of the light and dark sides. The red lightning, with its vivid color and violent energy, stands in opposition to the daughter's gentle and radiant powers, illustrating the fundamental conflict between their respective aspects of the Force. This contrast is particularly significant in the context of Anakin's journey. The son's red lightning and the daughter's luminous abilities represent the two paths available to Anakin, one of destruction and dominance, the other of healing and balance. The Mortis arc uses these visual elements to emphasize the stakes of Anakin's choices and the impact they will have on the galaxy. The red force lightning, with its destructive power, serves as a warning of what could happen if Anakin succumbs to the dark side, foreshadowing his transformation into Darth Vader. The use of red force lightning also ties into the visual language of Star Wars as a whole. The franchise has always relied on color to convey meaning and emotion, from the blue and green lightsabers of the Jedi to the red blades of the Sith. The crimson lightning wielded by the sun extends this tradition, using color to reinforce the character's identity and role within the story. It is a visual shorthand that immediately conveys his connection to the dark side and his status as a being of immense power. Red force lightning is not just a tool of destruction but also a symbol of the sun's existential threat to the galaxy. As a being who seeks to unbalance the Force, the sun represents a danger far greater than any Sith Lord. His powers, including the red lightning, are a reflection of this threat, emphasizing the stakes of his conflict with the Father and the Jedi. The lightning's destructive energy serves as a reminder of the chaos that would ensue if the sun were to succeed in his ambitions. The Mortis arc's exploration of the Force and its duality is enriched by the sun's use of red force lightning. It is a visual and narrative device that reinforces his identity as the embodiment of the dark side and his role within the story. By wielding this uniquely destructive power, the sun distinguishes himself from other Force users and underscores the cosmic significance of his conflict with the father and daughter. The crimson lightning serves as a reminder of the power and danger of the dark side, providing a fitting representation of the sun's character and his place in the Star Wars mythology.